Okay, I'm sorry I have to do another video lying down, but I just did 30 Ks of running and I'm exhausted. So, I wanted to explain just like what is it like a day or two later, you can see how my skin's better. So that's just from cutting out energy drinks. And basically, what I decided to do is prioritize my skin and health over running performance. So, like Roger Bannister, when he ran a sub 4 minute mile, did on some kind of like rat poison. And coffee is a stimulant, or caffeine and sugars. So, what I normally get with an energy drink is basically simple sugars and caffeine. And those simple sugars go straight to the bloodstream. And they basically stress your body out. But they are sometimes good for a quick performance boost, but always going to impact your health negatively, whether it's skin or otherwise. So, like ADD is mostly caused by like simple sugars. It's 50% of that condition is just because parents give their kids simple sugars, and it could just be solved by giving your kid fruit. So think of it like this, sugar, caffeine, rat poison. These things are drugs. It can be addictive. Maybe not so much the rat poison, but that's the effect on your body. And sometimes you get performance benefits, but it's like a drug. So tick would also give you a performance benefit. Methamphetamines will also likely make you run faster and perform quicker, but it isn't healthy for you. So it's almost like a demon. If you have several demons, then you'll also be faster and stronger, and that's what happens in all documented cases of demon possession anyway, actual demons, is those people become faster and quicker and stronger. Anyway, these drugs and substances actually physically do the same thing. Spiritually, the effect is similar. But you might be unaware of that. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring it up so you guys can see what happens just by me deciding, hey, I want to go a little bit more perfect. I wasn't 100% because I had dried sausage, and even though salted meat is fine, preserved, but the problem is they put in things like Worcestershire sauce and like other additives and stuff, which is no good. It's very hard to live. I mean, you can do it. I've done it, and obviously if I do it, I'll have perfect skin. And if anyone else does it, they won't have any issues. I mean, if you have cancer, it'll go away. Whatever you have, it'll just disappear. And people don't know this. Like, that's why I'm here, I guess. But people can be like, see, I'm writing. When I receive these like downloads, as some people call them, then I just try to write it down. So people can be very unlike themselves when on coffee or caffeine or simple sugars. Hypertension, anxiety, and even depression can frequently occur with the use of caffeine. So you'll see that happening, when people experience a crash, or, it's not only that you get anxious, these things can also make you depressed even. So I just wanted to share more of my process just from my point of view, what I do. And sometimes I do give in and have an energy drink if I just really want to enjoy a run, because those sugars will go straight to my bloodstream, simple sugars, and the caffeine will give me a high of sorts. And it's good for running, but it's not good for health. It's not good for my skin. It's not good for anyone. And I don't think any of us really want to be living like that unless we're trying to beat a target or whatever. But it's not sustainable. It's not something that you want to be encouraging. So I don't encourage it. So don't do the energy drinks. They're drugs basically, just like if you had rat poison or these things that people use for whatever they want to achieve. And if it helps you achieve it, great. But in the interest of health, I can't recommend it at all, because it's not sensible. So this is the effects, and I will also stop having dry sausage now, because I've mostly been using that for my runs. And I'm just going to be sticking with the kombucha, fresh fruits, and the perfect foods that I know are totally non-inflammatory and will heal me 100%. And Yeah, I've said this a lot of times, but like all these things are linked. So, um, if you learn what I'm doing for my skin, and the nice thing is you can see the effect in action. You can think of what's happening with my skin will be the same thing if you had cancer or if you had obesity or diabetes or any of these conditions. They'll just leave you. They'll just go away. It's just the way it works. It goes deep. I mean, I could talk about it all day, and I will. I'll post a lot of videos in the future talking about all this stuff because I do. I preach it to as many whoever comes across. I talk about this stuff. Have been talking about it for the past 2 years. Um, but yeah, there's these compounds in the foods that I'm eating, and that's what does the magic. They're magical compounds, and they're real. So everything you hear me say is not just like I'm saying it. You can actually do it yourself, and you will experience the benefits in a very short period of time. And they're also sustainable. They continue into the future. It's unlikely that you'll get this information anywhere else in the world. I mean, I wouldn't need to create these videos or be speaking about these things if there were other people doing it. And there's other people trying to do some of this stuff, but they don't always have the whole picture or story. So, yeah, I thought I'd just put in my 2 cents for today.